It is October, the spookiest month of the year, and let me tell you, this video is stacked. We have over 30 horror and thriller TV shows and movies for you, so get your pen and paper ready. I've also listed everything down below for your convenience. Enjoy. We are truly spoiled with choice this month. Who's ready for a period horror drama starring Sarah Paulson? Hold Your Breath is a slow burn set in 1930s Oklahoma. During the region's horrific dust storms, a woman is convinced that a sinister presence is threatening her family. We've had fog, we've had mist, but is this the first for dust? Check out this one from the first on Hulu. Prime original House of Spoils stars Ariana DeBose and Barbie Ferreira. It received mixed reviews at its premiere at Fantastic Fest 2024. It tells the story of a chef who opens her first restaurant where she battles kitchen chaos, a dubious investor, and self-doubt. But the pressure heats up even more when a dark entity threatens to sabotage her. Who else is keen for the bear with a horror twist? Check it out on Prime from the 3rd. I cannot believe I'm even saying this, but Salem's Lot is finally here. This remake was reported by Fandango as the #1 most anticipated horror film of 2023. Yes, you heard me right, 2023. We have been waiting for a long time. After bypassing theaters, then being shelved, it is finally hitting VOD, and I really enjoyed the trailer. It's got a dense, haunted atmosphere, but can the story measure up? Because at the end of the day, this one has big shoes to fill. The movie follows an author who returns to his childhood home in search of inspiration for his next book, but he discovers that the people of his hometown have mysteriously changed, being taken over by darkness. I'd love to hear if this is something that you are still interested in. If you're looking for a fun ride, new Netflix sci-fi comedy mystery What's Inside will have you sorted. Dropping on the 4th of October, it's about a group of friends who gather for a pre-wedding party that descends into an existential nightmare when an estranged friend arrives with a mysterious game that awakens long-hidden secrets, desires, and grudges, my favorite. What could go wrong? Haunt Season is an indie horror comedy, and it looks perfect to check out on VOD leading up to Halloween because of its setting. Listen to this. We follow an aspiring actress, Matilda, as she accepts a job as a scalped woman in a local Halloween haunt. Although that's the least of her worries when a masked maniac begins to attack other cast members. Now she must work with her new colleagues to survive the night. I love films set in haunts, so I'm really keen to see how this one turns out. But if you're looking for something a little bit more polished, I know that Krazy House is going to be a crowd pleaser. Are you kidding me? A horror comedy set in the 90s starring Nick Frost and Alicia Silverstone. Krazy House follows a religious homemaker, Bernie, and his sitcom family. When Russian workers in Bernie's house turn out to be wanted criminals, Bernie has to man up and save his imprisoned family while slowly going crazy. It's giving Adult Swim's Too Many Cooks, and the full trailer reveals that it goes completely off the rails. This is meant to be one of the most offensive films of the year. It should be really interesting. It seems like we've been waiting for this sequel for years, and it's finally dropping in the busiest month of the year. The platform is back. This Spanish sci-fi thriller had everyone talking 5 years ago, and now it returns with a new victim as we watch a new player arrive, and of course a battle against a horrific food distribution method is tested once more. I really hope this lives up to the original. And Damian Lewis stars in The Radleys, a UK dark comedy horror that is about a seemingly ordinary family who are hiding a dark secret in plain sight until one day they are tested and everything they have unravels. I feel like this one could go either way, but it's receiving a lot of positive reactions from the trailer, so let's hope it measures up. You can catch this one on VOD from the 4th. From the endless and Something in the Dirt editor comes our new film, Things Will Be Different, a sci-fi horror which is both written and directed by Michael Feckler. And the twisted premise is both equally unique and exciting. We follow two estranged siblings who are on the run, and they find an isolated farmhouse to wait it out, but this property hides them away in a different time. Check this one out on the 4th on digital rental platforms. Another VHS film to add to the franchise. This month we are hit with Anthology Beyond, which promises 6 blood-curdling tapes with a sci-fi theme, pushing the boundaries of fear and suspense, and it will also feature Kate Siegel's directorial debut, which is enough to get me watching. This one will hit Shudder in most countries on the 4th. The Wait is a drama horror with a bleak atmosphere. This slow burn is the story of the descent into hell for a man facing the consequences of a regrettable choice. It's also listed as a fantasy, so my guess is not everything is as it seems in this trailer. Check out this Spanish horror from the 4th. In Little Bites, a young widow and mother is doing everything she can to protect her daughter Alice from a terrifying flesh-eating monster. But Mindy has a secret, a way to keep this creature at bay. With cameos from horror icons Barbara Crampton, Bonnie Aarons, and Heather Langenkamp, there's definitely something sinister at play here. This one is written and directed by Spider One, and Little Bites will be available on VOD starting from October 4th. The new Hellboy film is to be the most horror Hellboy film ever, and Hellboy creator Mike Mignola is credited for co-writing this screenplay. It's also the shortest and the lowest budget of all the versions, but again, it's meant to be the most aligned with the horror genre, so we'll take some sacrifices. In this version, Hellboy and a rookie agent discover a remote community dominated by witches who are led by a sinister entity known as the Crooked Man. This one is having some limited screenings, so check out your local roster if you're interested, then it will hit VOD on the 8th. If you're looking for something fun to break up all the heavy movies this month, horror game show Killer Cakes has you sorted. Hosted by Matthew Lillard and Danielle Harris, we watch as bakers with terrifying skills work with horror effects artists to create disgusting yet delicious cakes. This one looks to be some easy watching with impressive results. Check out the new series Killer Cakes from October the 8th on. I don't know about you, but I've seen the marketing for Sweetpea everywhere and I can't wait to finally check it out. The British dark comedy thriller is about a wallflower who gets pushed over the edge and snaps, transforming her life from dull and invisible to dangerous. I imagine this one to be a cathartic watch for some. It looks to be fun for those with dark humor. Season 1 will only have 6 episodes. Let's hope it's a hit and it will get extended. Check it out from the 10th. Another one I've seen a lot of buzz about is horror sci-fi thriller series Teacup. And let me tell you, this trailer is chilling. The 8-part TV show is inspired by the New York Times best-selling novel Stinger, and it follows several people who must come together to face a mysterious threat on an isolated ranch in rural Georgia. The series has James Wan attached as an executive producer and also has a glorious cast, including Yvonne Stravosky and Scott Speedman. If you aren't convinced, check out the first part of the trailer. It's got a really creepy vibe. You can catch this one from the 10th. Mr. Crocket is a new Hulu original film that is set to hit the platform just in time for Halloween. It's actually part of Hulu's Huluween collection. The horror, directed by Brandon Epsey, is the story of a mother who embarks on a dangerous quest to rescue her son from a children's show host who's been kidnapping children for his own sinister plan. The film will twist your nostalgic dreams into nightmares. Prepare to be transported into a terrifying dimension with some wild and wacky stylization from October the 11th. My friend Zena, aka the real queen of horror, recommended this next one to me, and it sounds bizarre and disturbing, so of course it's right up my alley. The Shudder original follows a boy and his stepmother who fear for their safety after they are visited by a dark and twisted entity after losing a loved one. The title is horrific enough, and I'm not showing you a lot of the trailer to purposefully keep you in the dark because the imagery is so creepy. The reveals will be great. I can't wait to check this one out on Shudder Shudder from the 11th. Disclaimer is a new mini-series that is based on the 2015 novel of the same name by Renee Knight. This follows a television documentary journalist whose work has been built on revealing the transgressions of long-respected institutions. But what happens when she is put under the spotlight? If you're looking for something to keep you up at night, Tales from the Void is a new TV show based on horror stories from the Reddit no sleep community. This series acts as an anthology with each episode having a different story. There'll be everything from dolls to pregnancy horror. But the first episode, which is called Into the Unknown, looks the best. Listen to this blurb. When a mysterious black square appears in the middle of an apartment complex, suspicions develop between the neighbors about what horrors it may bring. If you're looking for a bedtime story, why not check this one out? Episodes start dropping on the 13th, although this one is exclusive to Screambox. This next mystery thriller stars Victoria Justice, Dermot Mulroney, and Taylor John Smith, and it's set in an apartment complex as we watch a group of roommates scramble when they accidentally commit murder. And now their problems aren't just covering it up, but they must survive the unique consequences. This looks to be a very straightforward cat mouse thriller, but it does have a very random cast. This one will be great for a Sunday afternoon marathon. Check it out on rental platforms from the 15th. If there's one thing we can all agree on, just one, Ryan Murphy cannot be stopped. The guy will probably release 3 more series before the year even ends. And this new season of American Horror Stories proves just that. We're already on to season 4. This is a spin-off show. This is crazy. This one will be dropping on the 15th, and we'll get another mini season of anthology episodes delving into horror myths, legends, and lore. This trailer sent chills down my spine. Based on a true story, we follow Anna Kendrick as Cheryl Bradshaw, a single woman searching for love on a hit 70s TV show. But not everything is as it seems on live television. Her charming, witty bachelor may be hiding a dark, dangerous secret, and it could turn out to be the most threatening thing that she has ever encountered. This film not only stars Anna Kendrick, but she also directs the movie herself. Check it out on Netflix from the 18th. Douglas Smith and Carrie Ann Moss star in Canadian horror thriller Die Alone, which drops this month. It tells the story of a young man with amnesia who bands together with a rugged survivalist in a zombie outbreak with a twist. The trailer is a little bit dry, but I do love Douglas Smith, and I think he picks really interesting roles, so I'm hoping this one will have more than meets the eye. Although this next one is guaranteed to be unique, French horror mystery Mads is bound to turn some heads as a one continuous shot horror movie. It follows a teenager who stops off to see his dealer before heading out for a night of partying, but when he meets an injured woman, his night takes a surreal turn. This film has already premiered at film festivals, but it doesn't have a current trailer. Maybe the mystery's a good thing? Check it out on Shudder on the 18th. My favorite topic, satanic panic. Add in a sprinkle of Bruce Campbell and Millie Shapiro from Hereditary. What could go wrong? This is a new slick teen horror series that follows a struggling high school heavy metal band of our cast who uses the town's sudden interest in the occult to their advantage. But when crimes begin to be committed, their plan backfires. Check out Hysteria on Peacock from the 18th. Fans of What We Do in the Shadows will be thrilled to hear it's returning for its 6th season on the 21st. The beloved series based on the movie is a mockumentary vampire sitcom that follows a unique gaggle of vampires who have lived together for over a century. It's had a Primetime Emmy, 20 wins, and 172 nominations over its 6 seasons. Check it out on Hulu from the 21st. All You Need Is Blood is the zombie flick we've been waiting for. We follow a teen filmmaker who casts the perfect lead for his debut zombie film. A zombie, and not just any zombie, his undead father. I mean, how far would you go for the right shot with a live threat? It looks to be an action-packed ride with a unique spin. The movie hits VOD on the 25th of October, but if you want to see it early, you can buy a ticket to an online digital premiere, which will have a Q&A. I'll I'll leave that information in the description. It will be on the 13th, but you can check it out on other rental platforms from the 25th. Samara Weaving is back with action horror film Azrael. This one had a limited cinema release on the 27th of September, but will be on Shudder this month. This dialogue-free horror film is set in a world where no one speaks, and it's about a devout female-led community that hunts down a young woman who has escaped from imprisonment. I'm definitely going to cover this one. Cannot wait. I love a horror movie with a little bit of a twist and with no dialogue and heavy action. I think this one's going to be really interesting. Before is a series on Apple TV Plus starring Billy Crystal. He also is an executive producer on the show. The storyline takes place after a child psychiatrist tragically loses his wife. Now, troubled and lonely, he encounters a young boy who seems to have a haunting connection to his past. This one will be available on Apple TV from the 25th. And finally, Don't Move is the horrific story of a woman who is injected by a killer with a paralytic agent. She can't run, she can't fight, and she can't scream. How will she get out alive? Honestly, the idea alone freaks me out, and I'm dying to know how they turned this into a cat and mouse 90-minute chase thriller. With this setup, it sounds like a short film, so I'm interested to see how it unravels. Let's find out on the 25th when it drops on Netflix. And there you go. Everything is listed down below in the comments and in the description. Do you think that's enough for the month? Let me know what films you're keen to check out this October, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you want more videos like this. And you can check out all my opinions on what I've been watching lately in these videos. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay safe and stay spooky.